Hey, what's going on, guys? M-Tash here with the RGH podcast and my two hot gamer buddies. It is normally a Wednesday, my dudes, but today we are doing the podcast on Tuesday because my son's hockey team won in quadruple overtime and are going to the semi-finals in Edmonton Minor Hockey Week. It was badass, and it's on Wednesday night, and so we had to move the podcast. Stupid
Props
kids.
to your boy.
Yeah.
Props to your boy.
Yeah.
He's got that Tash genetics, those flicks, bro.
That's
Yeah.
right.
IRL
That's
flicks.
right.
He got a nice little assist. He's honestly like, I've never lied to my son about how good he is. I've never lied to myself. I've never lied to anyone about how good he is. I've always thought he was pretty mid-tier. But
Yeah, we've heard this story.
something got into him this year, and he's like a completely different player. It's crazy. It's really impressive to watch. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's been taking some supplements of some sort, but
he probably like watches your channel and he finally watched my channel for once. He's like, "Shit, I gotta step it up. I could be so much better than my old man."
He heard me shit talking him so much, and he's just like,
Yeah, that's what it
"I'll
was.
show you. I'll show you."
I bet he started watching your old Crucible School videos. That's what did it.
Yeah, you think it's a really positive thing, but really he's just like trying to get back at you.
Yeah, it's just like
I'll show him.
It's like spite improvement.
Yeah.
So if you played Farmville back in the day,
This is a crazy story.
You might remember this company, Zynga. They were just bought out. Not for $1 million, not for 10 million, not for $1 billion.
Not for $5 billion.
Almost $13 billion. And so we're like, what? That's more than Bethesda. What?
Dude,
Can
you imagine that?
Right? What could they possibly make?
Yeah, so most recently, like what you guys are talking about, Bethesda was bought by Xbox for 7-point-something billion dollars, right? Or was it 7 billion flat? It doesn't matter. Let's say 7.
And we were like,
we were like $7 billion is a lot of money. And then Take-Two, which how does Take-Two have the money to do this?
who they borrow it from?
They got it from the lawsuit from suing It Takes Two, the indie game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Take-Two publishes Grand Theft Auto, so there you go. Okay, so that's how they're able to afford that. So Take-Two bought them for, $12.7 billion, which is like, to put that into perspective, that is almost double what Bethesda sold for. So, like, is Zynga, the people who made Farmville guys, are valued at double Bethesda? You know what? Let's actually, we actually looked this up.
What's the live player count of Farmville 2 right now?
Right, dude, like these Facebook boomers, there must be like 3 million people playing Farmville.
In Words with Friends, yeah.
This valuation is insane. So here are some of the games you might know that Zynga has made, okay? There's obviously Farmville, and then there's a crap ton of other Farmvilles. There's like Farmville 2, Country Escape, Farmville 2, Jungle, whatever. There's actually all the way up to Farmville 3. I'm very far behind in the Farmville lore. I'm going to have to catch up to date. Really, the only other main thing is they have Mafia Wars, and which
has to have the worst ads.
Oh, is that
period.
The guy?
It's
level 1 thug.
Level 1 thug.
Yes, level 100 mafia boss. That's that game. Yes, I remember now. Holy crap! So their valuation is at a level 100 mafia boss, and then Words with Friends, and then they do have some some gambling games. They have like Hit It Rich and like some casino games. Most surprisingly, the one that weirded me out is, I want to get this right. I want to find it. Here it is. They have Willy Wonka Casino Pokies.
Game of Thrones slots. Okay, you know what? That's the thing though right there. Is they've got all these different slots, and so there's some online casino or people are logging in on their mobile phone, they're putting in $10 and it's like or way more money. Think of how much money some people spend on Raid Shadow Legends or like Epic 7.
Now imagine an actual
casino, yeah. And like they've got Zynga Poker, and like that's a pretty popular poker app overall.
Yeah.
So How much money are these breaking in? But yeah, look at these
That's
things.
the question. Like, what are the plans they have for this mobile game developer that they're thinking they're gonna make that back? You know what I mean? Like,
Maybe they're
what's
just
in the works?
Maybe Willy Wonka Poker Casino is bringing in so much of those Willy Wonka bucks that they're
That's
like,
right. I don't
they're
know,
like,
man.
we literally we'll make our 12 billion back in 2 years from Willy Wonka Casino.
And maybe that's what it is. It's like they have such a crazy revenue stream from people gambling on these apps, and just like Farmville cucumber refreshes, like trying to get.
Yeah, well, speaking of spending too much money, Matt McPherson out here with the $100 dono. What an absolute gamer, dude.
Matt.
We're gonna make an app now. We're gonna make the RGH app.
Yeah, because of Matt McPherson's donation, we are going to make Willy Wonka Blackjack, because obviously there's a couple $2 billion to be made in the Willy Wonka themed casino mobile game space.
Yeah, what are we doing with our lives? Like this is stupid.
I work way too hard for way too little.
Why am I a Destiny content creator when I can be a Willy Wonka Casino content creator?
Right.
Destiny slots, Shaq slots.
Shaq's casino, Shaq's themed casino, honestly. But wow, what a crazy, just a crazy story. Like, I saw that number and I was blown out of my mind.
That's
and
nuts.
apparently they actually did buy it. Like, there's rumors, and then they did do the purchase recently. So absolutely
that's crazy.
Wild. Crazy.
That's a win. Congratulations. Like, you just won the world.
How big is that studio? How many employees?
I don't know.
Who's the money going to? Is it owned by the employee?
It's going to Willy Wonka.
Yeah, that's right.
It's going to license more Willy Wonka games.
That's what I want to know. I want to know where's that money going?
Oh man. Well, absolutely. Yeah. Well,
speaking of money flowing,
imagine making Farmville and then later you make $12 billion.
Yeah.
Made a good choice.
Speaking of money, top Twitch streamers have found a new infinite money glitch by streaming anything other than original content, anything other than being creative. They are simply watching some of the biggest shows, Master Chef, Hunter x Hunter. Some people were watching Death Note and getting banned. They are watching a ton of different shows on their stream and just reacting to it. They're just doing marathon streams of television shows and reacting to it, getting hundreds of thousands of viewers, and it's kind of set the internet on fire a little bit, and now some bans have started being handed out. Pokimane was banned, Disguised Toast was banned, Hassan got a copyright strike notice, but this is just kind of the beginning, and it's all really coming to a head this week.
Yeah, when it really boils down to it, the thing that most people are really upset about was that once Pokimane got banned, it was like, okay, now we know that this is sort of making Twitch high profile now. We've already had to deal with the DMCA stuff with the music industry. Do we want that heat? do we want to impose more restrictions on streamers on the Twitch platform? And a lot of these people have decided, frankly, I don't care. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna leverage the hype. I'm gonna make as much money as I can for me, even if it means we're gonna attract the attention of these big companies run by boomer millionaires.
Yeah,
because I think it's a really selfish play.
Because that's the concern. There is definitely people out there who are like, "Wait, what's wrong?" I watch XQC, watch MasterChef, and it's a fun time. What's wrong with it? Well, the problem is that if you thought playing music on your stream was bad, they're just outright watching a show, right? So this is extremely copyright content, and Viacom has started to clamp down. And so the worry is that, it might be fun to watch MasterChef with XQC, but and if XQC does get in trouble, he'll get a slap on the wrist, 2-day ban. He doesn't care. But as a result of this, Viacom is looking at this going, okay, well, we need to clamp down. And then they make a blanket rule where, like, you can't watch any sort of content on Twitch, or you can't watch any clips from any TV shows is, insta-ban from Twitch. Like, that type of thing. Like, they're going to go too far, because that's what these companies like Viacom do, is go too far to protect their intellectual property. So that's the worry, is like, the big streamers push and push and push, and then there's like a blanket rule that hurts the platform for everybody.
Yeah, and especially it tends to be worse for smaller content creators because they don't have they can't get attention on their appeals if they get banned. The whole process is for them is much more punishing. Say they get banned, they have no way of getting an appeal out there. They can't get a hold of anybody because they're not big, and so they got to restart from the ground up. And they were just like, I saw XQC doing it. I modeled my content after the really successful people. I want to be a successful streamer. And now XQC's like gets a slap on the wrist. He's back and making more cash the next day. And then here's you, small streamer, completely shut down. But you can understand why this is a problem. Just to reel it back a little bit, imagine you've got a board meeting at Netflix, and they're like, listen, how much money did we spend to get this show exclusively on our platform so that it couldn't be on Hulu and it couldn't be, over on YouTube TV? And they say, okay, well we spent $150 million to get the exclusive rights. I'm just throwing a figure out there to get the exclusive rights to the show. And they're like, okay, hundreds of thousands of people are watching that show for free on Twitch, circumventing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
not good.
So these companies absolutely people. I see a lot of people who are like, it's not a big deal. Like, oh no. This is a huge deal to these companies. Like, this is like the biggest deal is their exclusives to make their platform stand out among their competitors.
And here's my question: is like, I understand that it is easy views and easy money, and like some of them give 100,000 views. Like XQC is getting like 100,000 views watching some of these shows, and it's like, I just don't really care. And it's like, well, if Twitch gets in a massive legal battle with all of the biggest entertainment companies in the world, do you not think that will impact you? Do you not think that will screw you down the road somewhere?
I think someone made a tweet. I saw a take where it was like, listen, Pokimane and XQC and Hassan have made so much money that they could quit today and they'd be fine for the rest of their lives. True. Right? They're fine. They're financially set, for the rest of their lives if they, just put all their money in a mutual fund or something, right? But even if that is the case, if they get banned from Twitch indefinitely, okay, then they can make a multi-million-dollar contract signing with YouTube, or because YouTube and Facebook will both probably want them. Like, that's a huge get for either of them. So, Facebook would offer $6 million for Pokimane and YouTube offers 5 or whatever it is, right? So it's like these people have made so much money that they literally just don't care. They're like, we don't care if we ruin the platform. We're just gonna we're so set, right?
Am I crazy to say then you're a piece of shit? Am I crazy? Like, you guys are trash. Like, I actually had a lot of respect for Pokimane, and like, just as like a businesswoman, and her willingly doing this, it's like, okay, well now I think you're just kind of shitty. And like XQC, I will publicly say it. I think he is like pretty scummy. He's kind of like a Keemstar. Like, he's just kind of a scummy guy. I think he gets in a lot of battles with a lot of people, and he's just like an edgelord.
XQC is going to be reacting to this.
Good.
Someone's going to send him this podcast.
XQC. No.
Listen, this guy,
he's a boomer.
No views. He's calling me trash. Who the fuck are you thinking?
Pretty good accent. No, listen. He even made a post. And it was like, quit subtweeting me and at me, you rats or you snakes or whatever. And I was like typing one up. I was going to record something, and then I was like, why? It's not even worth it, because his audience is just going to harass me, and it's like, I just don't even care. I just don't even care. It's not worth it. Making an enemy out of the guy, like, whatever.
You could almost like make an argument. It's like that they don't care because it's just dealing with Twitch and all this crap is such a nightmare. Which, you know what it is though, is like, I don't want to say this in defense, because I think at the end of the day, it's like you're mostly right. It's like, dude, you guys, if you all just said, all right, this is bad, Pokimane just got banned, we're all done watching shows, clearly we're gonna, open Pandora's box here. That would be better for everyone, clearly. But Twitch has almost conditioned these people that, like, you gotta jump on the train, right? Mm-hmm. Like, the hot tub train and all that crap, dude. Right. It's like, there's like these things, people get away with it for a certain amount of time, and if you are there at the right time and you're doing it, you make an unbelievable amount of money, right? You make, more money in a few days than people make in years. And then Twitch gives you a slap on the wrist, hey, Amaranth, stop it. And you're like,
And
okay.
then she's like, okay, I'll take my billions and I'll go buy myself an inflatable pool company.
Yeah, Amaranth
which
bought an
she
inflatable
did
pool
this
company.
week.
That's not a meme. She actually did. Like, I mean, talk about brand synergy right there.
That's right.
I was like, honestly, it makes a lot of sense. But
Hey.
that's what I'm saying. Like, again, I don't want to make excuses for them, but clearly, like, Twitch has encouraged this because this kind of stuff has happened multiple times with Twitch. Is like, there's a meta, basically. People are getting away with something. Everyone is watching because of that. Like, I guarantee they're getting even more views watching shows now because people know it's not gonna last.
Oh, they're breaking the rules. Like, are they gonna get banned while we're watching? 100%.
Like,
100%.
yeah, exactly.
Tune in and see. Yeah.
Exactly.
And
How
look,
many new subs can we get before we get banned? I want to see
And then
that.
they're just gonna get a slap in the wrist, and then the meta's over, right?
And
the same thing happened with the hot tub streams. Same thing happened with the fart meta. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like
It's-
it all.
It's proven at this point that if you get banned, you get more viewers. So they
Yes.
almost want to get banned. They're like, let me.
100%.
Can I speedrun this ban? Can I get it in one day? What's the worst show
Right.
I could watch? They're gonna make a bunch of money
Yeah.
during it. Then they get banned, and then they come back and they have more viewers. It's crazy.
Which bans are better for your channel than the Twitch boosting feature, bro? like no cap, dude. You get more viewers for getting a ban because then you come back from your ban and everyone's excited to see you back. Like, so in some ways, Twitch has facilitated and encouraged this type of behavior. It's like hop on the train, you get a slap on the wrist, and you make away like a bandit, like with millions.
The thing is like, I know that every content creator is trying to get the bag. I do Raid Shadow Legends and tons of different game ads. I've done tons of sponsorships. I know I'm a sellout. I play an anime game that half the time I don't even like it, but it gets views. Like, I'm 100% open with that. Like, I am a sellout. But
You have your limits.
if I found out that my actions could impact everyone else, could hurt everyone else, could ruin the platform, I would say, all right, well, and I would cut it. But these people don't, and that's the thing.
I mean,
that's where my morals stand. That's where my my high horse is. But come on.
I feel you, dude. I don't cover. I mean, I think maybe years and years ago I did, but I don't like cover glitches and stuff in Destiny, like super crazy, like glitches, glitch out of the whatever. If I do, I can't even remember the last time I did, but I hear about a lot. I don't cover them because I'm like, listen, this is going to potentially like harm the game and harm people's experiences, and then you know what I mean. It's just
like the
not
Dreaming
good for
City, getting into the raid and getting the loot from the chests and stuff like that. You didn't cover that because it's not good for the game. It makes you look kind of bad if you do it.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I don't know. Like, to me, it never really. It's just I feel like the game as a whole. Again, I don't want to get into this big moral thing, but it is like you got to sometimes do what's better for the community than like yourself, right? And clearly that's not the case here. And it sucks because Viacom and all these massive multi-million billion-dollar media companies, they're not going to let this happen for long. The meta will end, and the people who suffer is going to be like, the average streamer. Like, XQC and Pokimane could be doing literally anything. They could be like, they get more viewers sleeping than like most people get on Twitch. Like, no joke, right? So it's like, why do you guys could be doing anything? Do you really need to be watching TV shows? Like that's and then potentially hurting these medium streamers that are absolutely grinding their butts off.
It's just a shame too, because it's like, oh, I want to show off this like funny commercial from 1980, and it's like, well, you can't now.
Man,
just like little, and even with music and DMCAs on music and everything, there's so many moments that could be made more funny with music. Like that crab song, like when something's canceled or like something's dead. There's so many times where it's like, if I could just throw that song on and dance around, this whole discussion would be funnier. But it can't. You can't. It'll get demonetized. It'll get banned. You'll get copyright strikes, whatever. And there's so many times. Or, a Celine Dion's song for something sad, or Sarah McLachlan, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Throw some
No, you
Enya
can't
in.
even. Yeah. You better be careful because if you hum songs on YouTube, you can get That's not a joke.
Which honestly is a testament to the pitch of Ryan's humming.
Right.
It's so on key. It's like He knows what he's doing.
No, you're 100% right. It's like it's just gonna bring along like much more. If they're smart, I said this before the podcast. If they're smart, they would say, okay, you can all watch our shows on Twitch, no problem. We're gonna have a link for you guys, and there's gonna be commercial breaks, and you have to watch the commercial breaks. Right? Because then XQC's watching MasterChef, and obviously he skips over just no commercials. But if Viacom was like, listen, you're chill to watch it, you just have to watch the 2-minute commercial break as if you're watching the actual show.
And we collect the revenue.
And we collect the revenue. Obviously, we license it out to you guys or whatever. Like that's some absolute money-making idea. But the problem is, who is in charge? Absolute boomers who've never heard of Twitch is in charge of like Viacom and stuff like that. Like there's no way you're gonna be able to pitch it to these guys. So that's not gonna happen. So they're gonna clamp down on it.
That's right. Before we transition off of this topic, Loco TV, she did a really great breakdown of how this would affect smaller streamers on Twitch. So if you're really interested in following up on that topic, I'll put a link to her tweet in the chat there for you.
Yeah. So Alex, this guy's like, if you can make more money than others, people just will. No. I literally could make more money if I covered every single glitch I saw. If I put, the Vex Mythoclast in every thumbnail before it came out, like I saw in my recommended feed, I would make way more money, but I don't. Specifically because I'm like, that's a little scummy. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, not everyone is going to do it.
No, we all make the conscious decision to like hold back on some content and not cover some.
Yeah, you draw your line somewhere.
Like people, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of opportunities that we don't take. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I take
absolutely.
them. No,
yeah. Well, even we talked in a previous podcast, True Vanguard, about like a sponsor that reached out, was gonna do a big giveaway, give him a bunch of money, and he found out it was a little bit of a sketchy company, so he went back on it. So he's literally giving up money.
Well, not only did I go back on it, I had already told my community we were giving away a PS5. So I bought one on my own and gave it away.
Exactly.
So,
big brand.
Right? So clearly there's people who are not just in it for the money.
True. Or else you would do all those Destiny recovery services and take the $20,000 they offered you.
Oh my god,
that's right. Yeah, that's exactly. Right. You don't even want to know how many recovery service websites reached out.
If to all the absolute dingus redditors who still actually are mad at me and think that I'm extending my videos to make money with my intros, bro, I could make $20,000 doing a Destiny recov service thing, and I don't. If I was just in it for the money, I'd have Destiny recov.
I got options.
Better
really than me working my butt off.
Yeah, I've got to extend by 1 minute. No, dude, there's way easier ways to make money. You're such a tool.
Yeah. So let's jump on to the G4 stuff. This happened as the podcast was going live.
This is breaking news.
Yeah, here.
Froskerin on the show.
Let me get the link for it here while we're at it. You guys can kind of watch it.
I watched it.
Yeah, I know you guys watch it, but did chat watch it?
He's talking to chat. Not everything's about you.
Yeah,
sorry.
I got the link. So Froskerin, she did a bit of a monologue talking about how she has the same script as her coworkers. They're all reading off the same script, doing their lines.
Worked on by the team at G4 TV. Yeah.
And then when she gives her input, everyone's like, "What is this girl talking about?" And it's
whatever she says.
Yeah, we don't believe in what she said. And it's like if we just switch the names, he would have said that. If we just chose to deliver this story differently, he would have said that. So it's not even my opinion on some of these stories, and you're still calling me out. And people are making comments about how she's not as boneable, let's just put it in words like that, as some of the other hosts. And Go.
No, we did a quick Google search of the other hosts because we were not familiar. And
but you have people Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn, Candace. There were
some obviously beautiful women that they were putting in these positions to and which is fine. Hey, if you're there's nothing wrong with that. But and I jokingly said if they were all right, Rick, we want you on the G4 TV. By the way, you're replacing Brad Pitt. I'm like, bro,
for real, man.
Yeah, but it's you feel for her so bad because it's like, why would she not accept this offer? Like, obviously she loves gaming, she wants to be on this, and so she accepts it, and then it's like, oh, you're not as like much of a babe as these other girls. It's like, well, like I'm doing my best, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, are you here to bang me or are you here to talk about gaming? So
yeah, we're talking exactly.
It?
It's like Olivia Munn versus this girl giving their opinion on gaming. It's like, what? Why is it? It shouldn't matter. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, I put in the hours, I played the game, here are my thoughts, you know, I'm articulate, I can speak well, I can communicate exactly what my thoughts and feelings are. That's what you want. It doesn't matter how, like, you know, good looking someone is. And traditionally, it's like, it's also, she's right, where it doesn't matter as much for like a male audience. You know what I mean? You know, no one's like watching. I don't want to call any names because people gonna think I'm calling them ugly. But it's like if you are watching it, you know, like, oh, you know, video game donkey isn't like a male model. I hate him, right? Like you're not gonna. So it doesn't even come into your. It doesn't even come into your mind. So it's totally unfair that you know, this poor girl's like subjected to this.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, she recently did a almost like a crossover interview with oh my gosh, I'm spaced on her name. WNBA star, plays for Atlanta. They just recently did a crossover. They were talking. It was really actually a really interesting conversation they had, kind of talking about the struggles that women have in leadership positions like that, where even in the gaming industry, even in the WNBA, and they talk about even in journalism as well, where opinions of women are just not taken as seriously. It was a really interesting, if you kind of want to see behind the curtains of those conversations. That was a really great clip. I'd have to find it. It's not just gaming. It's across all industries.
Right.
You got to feel bad for these women who are put in these positions of leadership where they have to deliver opinions, and people don't take them seriously.
And we should be clear, like, you know, it's definitely not every single G4 TV watcher who's like being a shithead. You know what I mean? It's like, but the problem is just like when you have this type of media, right? When you have a Twitch chat, the people who are being jerks, it's just like they're the ones spamming. The normal people who are like, oh, I really like that opinion on Days Gone, or like I completely agree with you about Last of Us. Like you're 100% right. They make one comment, right? And it scrolls up in a Twitch chat, just one thing. The people who are like toxic and being jerks, they're gonna be the ones who copy and paste their own comment 50 times. Like, lol, you're ugly, and it's like fills the chat, right? Like those are the people who like will abuse these systems, right? And so it's just like the people who want to be these jerks, they're just like, it's so easy for them. Just with social media, it's so easy to enable this type of behavior.
I mean, look at a Valorant or League of Legends lobby if there's a female, or like Overwatch, though. There are so many like degenerates, and so then you throw a camera on them and they just go unga bunga idiot. And the thing is like we've never had to deal with that. So I know that I am like, I have a hard time relating to what she's saying, but it's like it's so unfortunate that someone has to deal with that, and the fact that what?
Well, I was gonna say it's an interesting point. Like we haven't had to deal with exactly that, but we've both had to deal with our fair share of hate. Not to say that we get more or less hate than her. Like I'm not trying to compare hate. But it's like we both had, like, again, I just said, like, people literally want me to kill myself because my intro was 30 seconds too, like, longer than they wanted, or 15 seconds longer than they wanted. People with you for Genshin, you've got absolute, like flamed, like, all this crap, right? So it's like, something she said at the end of that really resonated with me, and she's like, listen, like, we're out here trying to make the best free content for you guys as possible. If you don't like that, don't watch it. And it's like, that's just something that every content creator goes through. It's like this weird, well, people are like, oh, I need to hate this guy. And it's like, what is MTash? What is Cactus HD? What is G4 TV? What is True Vanguard? Like, what are these people doing that is upsetting you so much that you've like, not only, it's one thing to say one mean thing, you're an idiot, I disagree with you on this point, I'm gone, I leave. But like to then come back day after day and make Reddit posts and do all this crazy stuff, it's like, dude, it's free optional content. You know, are you on your TV, like on a certain channel? You're like, it's Sex in the City. You're like, I don't like Sex in the City. I don't want to watch it. And it's like, dude, no, just change the channel, you stupid idiot. Like, just change the channel. You don't need to, like, I'm going to write Dear Sex and the City, I hate your show. It's like, it's so bizarre, man.
Yeah.
And again, it's like in this like era of completely free content, you're not really losing anything than a bit of your time. If you don't like it, you don't vibe with it, just move on. And that's like something that just so many people just can't do though for some reason.
I think one of the best messages that she gave in that segment. Did we link it? If we didn't, I apologize. We'll have to go.
Yeah, I
it.
did.
We did. Okay, Frostgrid. One of the best parts of her monologue there to me was when she said, "Oh, for most people, it's not explicit sexism, right? It's more that there's this sort of passive sexism that's sort of instilled in you that would make you just hear her words as less valuable than her male counterparts." And I think that a lot of people would be really resistant to that idea initially, but I mean, the truth of the matter is, part of that is just kind of what we grew up with. I don't know. I'm 34 years old. You know, when I grew up, you know, I saw my dad was a businessman, and what do you see? It's dudes running the show, and the women are there to support them in the office space. You know, and even my mom growing up, like, what was her job? She existed in her job just to support her male superiors, and that's sort of like. That's not something I was taught specifically. It's just something that I observed, and it affected the way that I sort of perceived people's value. And so it's something that I had to sort of unlearn over time, admittedly. And I think a lot of people are sort of in that situation too. We see this all year. We've been talking about what? Talking about Activision and the lawsuits there. We've been talking about other major companies dealing with sexism within their walls, within the office space.
Yeah.
And it's just something that's sort of ingrained.
Well,
And we have to find a way to supersede it. We got to find a way to rise above it, absolutely, and unlearn it.
Especially in gaming, like, you know, gaming was a boys' club thing, and it's like that's not like your fault. You know what I mean? Like, you grew up, you're playing you're gaming Modern Warfare 2, Halo 3 with all the boys, right? Very rarely would there be a girl in that friend group. And again, it's not to hate, like, that wasn't like men necessarily doing that. It was gaming back in the day was viewed as lame, cringy, nerd stuff from a lot of the female population. So they didn't get into that. And so they have their own pressures as like saying, oh, you're a gamer? That's so nerdy. Like, my younger brother does that. You know what I mean? Like, they have their own thing. So it's very understandable that guys grew up gaming with the boys. It's very male dominated. But again, like, you see so much negativity about like females, and you know, female joins the lobby and it's like people are roasting her and all this stuff, but those same guys, I've always said this, those same guys will openly fantasize about having a gamer girlfriend. It's like, dude, you're not gonna get a gamer girlfriend if you scare all the poor girls away from gaming. Like, we should want as many people into gaming as possible. It's just more players filling up the lobbies quicker, more people to play with. Like, it just benefits everybody.
That's right.
It's backwards. It's so backwards. It's like they're like threatened or something for some reason. It's like, why? It's just a gamer. Just relax. But honestly, you know, we were just talking about free content, and like, if you don't like it, too bad. It's kind of a nice segue into the Battlefield Reddit drama, because the only thing that has been more similar to war than Battlefield simulating it is the subreddit for the game. It has just been constant hate over and over again. Tons of threads. They've had to lock it multiple times. But actually, one of the mods recently said, I'm done. I'm not modding it anymore. I've been getting death threats. People have been calling me essentially like a child predator from a fake screenshot. I am getting harassed. I'm getting attacked. I am out of here. And it just continues to escalate.
So let's go back a little bit at that point. This poor mod, they made a fake picture of this guy, edited it to make him look like a child predator, and like released it and pegged it as real. Like, this is this level of psychos we're dealing with on this Battlefield Discord. Like, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, dude, Reddit is known for having extremely toxic gaming subreddits. I mean, the Destiny subreddit has calmed down a bit, but there's times it was absolutely wild. And then the Halo subreddit had to get shut down too. We talked about this too, the Halo subreddit. And it's so funny because, like, you may be thinking, oh, well, Battlefield, like, that was a disappointing launch. I don't want to say it's like excuses it, but you may be thinking, oh, like, it's understandable that people are upset about Battlefield. Like, you know, it certainly didn't deliver what it promised. But then it's like, wait a minute, well, what about Halo? Halo is by all accounts a massive success. And and they had to shut down that subreddit too, because they didn't have like team snipers and people were willing to die for that. It was like, holy crap, dude.
Yeah, it's this freaking mob mentality, man. Because people, they get so reckless and careless in the way that they act and the words that they say, and they're upset about a game. And they're probably not even all that upset about it, frankly. They're probably just a little bit annoyed about the state of the game. But here they go to Reddit and everyone else is typing in all caps and exclamation points. They're like, frick, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're pissed about this. Yeah. And then they start to lash out. But they're not even lashing out at the developers of the game in this instance. It's just a guy who liked Battlefield a lot, who made a subreddit and decided to, I would love to build a community where we foster conversations about this game that I love. And they're like, you're a pedo. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just careless, reckless, stupid selfishness. And I don't know. I mean, part of me used to say, oh, it's probably 12-year-olds. But the reality is that it's not. Like, it's not exclusively
bitter, like 30-year-old men who, like, you know.
It's downright evil. I mean, there's really no other word for it. You think about what they're doing to this poor guy who just wanted to talk about a game that he loved. And now he has to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? There's no other word for it. It's evil.
Well, yeah, exactly. The thing is, though, it kind of goes into a little bit what I was saying before. It's like, dude, one guy edited that picture, right? One guy. Mm-hmm. And then he sent it to someone else and said, look at this picture. And the other guy didn't know it was edited. So he's like, oh my God. And then it spreads from there and it spreads from there. And it's just, again, like this, like social media just enables this craziness. And then everyone's in a frenzy so quickly. No one stops to think like, wait, is that edited? Did you edit that? You know what I mean? Like, no one's skeptical anymore. Everyone's like, oh, I read the headline. I read a headline that aligns with my views. I'm already mad about Battlefield. You know, perhaps a post where I was super toxic and got removed. And now suddenly the mod is an evil person and this is perfect. And now I hate him, right?
Yeah. They just like put the thumbnail and it's like, this mod ruined the game. It's like, he's the one. They just jump on him.
Yeah. So unfortunate. My heart kind of broke when I read that guy's Twitter thread. Like, you could just sense how broken up he was about it.
Yeah. And it's like, in 2022, like, even look at like the deep fakes and stuff. Like, they could probably get you doing anything. Like, someone could probably edit my stream of me doing like anything. It's crazy.
Literally, I have resigned myself. It's a matter of time before some fake edited thing about me surfaces. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. Oh, it'll happen. It's going to happen. And hopefully we have the technology to like counter it, or like people around you know like the truth. But it's pretty wild out there. And it doesn't even really matter if you're just trying to like be nice and post content and guides. Someone's going to hate you. Like they're going to do it. They're going to do it.
That is like the funniest part. Like, we're just giving our opinions on which guns are good and giving guides, and people are still like, you fucking asshole.
Do you want to know something funny though? I was in the car. I was driving with the old wifey. We were listening to some tunes, and an Alanis Morissette song came on. And it's like, I got one hand in my pocket and the other one's giving a high five. Hate it. I don't know why. I just can't stand that song. And I started, I was roasting it. I was like, God, it's such a dumb song. And and I was, kind of roasting Alanis Morissette. And then I was like, oh, this is what people do to me. This is what people do to me all the time. For some reason, I rub someone the wrong way.
The thing is,
and they just don't like me. And there's nothing I can do about it. But like.
The thing is, you're not going to go and make a Reddit post called "Why Alanis Morissette is a trash human being."
Yeah, right? I'm not using my verified on Twitter to like be like, "Hey, Alanis Morissette, never make music again."
He's a trash, right? That's the difference. Like, you can again, there's no problem with disliking someone or disliking someone's content. I get it. They don't like me. That's totally fine. Like, go watch someone else. They're gonna give you what you want, potentially more than me. But it's like, why are you coming to multiple videos and leaving comments? Thanks for the views, idiot. Manscaped.com/CacasHD, you absolute tool. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, that is the weird part. And again, like, it's not just being mad at Battlefield. Being mad at Battlefield is totally understandable. Being disappointed with Battlefield is totally understandable. Wanting your money back is totally understandable. Editing the mod of the subreddit to make him seem like a criminal, that's not cool. Like, he's like, you always gotta take it way over the line,
That's
Redditors.
absolutely right. Yeah. I had a guy, we were talking about just overreactions. I had a guy this week who called me. He said, "You are sincerely a prick for posting a clip." Yeah. It says you're sincerely a prick for posting a clip using a gun that is no longer available. And he was like very sincere about it. He's like, and he said, he ended it by saying like, "I thought you were better than this. This is some Astacross crap." And it was like, I'm using a Jurassic Green, just a pulse rifle nobody wanted from the Halloween event last year. And I was like, bro, you gotta chill, man.
And also, like, what did Astacross do to you?
And I was like, Astacross is alright. What do you... I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. Why do people have do you have your number? What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
You said he called you. Like, he said he found your phone number and like...
He called me a...
Oh, I thought he said he called you. I was like, hey, yo, what?
I thought he
called me up. He's like,
I literally thought,
is this the true Vanguard?
Yeah, I literally thought that's what happened. I thought you said he called you. Hi? I thought you were talking about the Epicurean or whatever.
No. I mean, I had that. No, but he did comment on that one too.
I mean, to be honest,
the Jurassic Green pissed him off. That would have sent it through the roof.
And I mean, I hated that clip too. Like, I just
but
didn't
it got
like
165,000 views.
Oh, why don't you brag more? Also, do you know what's crazy? True Vanguard started a clips channel and is doing so well. There's
100% because Mike was like, my clips channel is doing great. And I was like, I should do that.
Yeah, it's wild 100%. How it works. It's like the secret algorithm, short little videos.
Crazy.
It's all I get served now on YouTube. It's just like, want to watch this 30-second clip of this guy saying donkey? And I'm like, okay, maybe. I don't know. Like, does he say it in a weird way? I don't know. Dr. Fumbles with $50, sending good vibes to my fellow flight nurse, as well as the medic pilot infant on board the LifeNet flight that went down in SEPA today. Luckily, no one critically injured. Oh,
I don't know anything about that.
Wait, were you in a plane crash? Or no, you're just in the industry. Jesus, that's crazy. Didn't hear about that yet.
No one died. I mean, no one critically injured. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's good.
That is wild though. Terrifying. We got a couple other donations and members. Thank you so much for all the support. We appreciate it. Unfortunately, sometimes we're in the middle of discussing something, it pops up and then it goes away, and we can't see it after it's scrolled up. White Bishop with a $20, as well as a 14-month membership. Caleb Lowens, thank you so much as well. Falcon, 69 episodes. Nice. Thank you so much. Just wanted to read those out really quickly before they go away.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
So let's just jump on now.
Whoa, hold on. Before we do,
no, how about shut up? Okay, now you can talk.
Okay. We're sponsored by Advanced.
Your green screen's like that stuff doesn't exist.
There you go. Advanced GG, baby.
No.
Now listen. This stuff is the best. I had some just before. I think Tash is drinking it maybe. I had some just before. Gives you that long-lasting energy. Tons of vitamins. Absolutely fantastic. It's got I got Cactus Kiwi Lime here. He's got M-Tash Mango Splash. There's Sir Demetrius Sour Watermelon. There's so much different flavors, guys. And if you use the code RGH, you're going to get 10% off. But guys, I'm going to let you in. We only got 300 viewers here. I don't know if I should be saying this, but I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it. There's going to be a sale on Cactus Kiwi Lime specifically going live on Thursday. It's going to be a 72-hour sale. There's going to be a code where it's 40% off. So don't buy Cactus Kiwi Lime because then you'll regret it. But certainly there's a million other flavors that you can use code RGH for. Support all three of us that you can get a discount on. So I just wanted to give that little warning because I don't want anyone to buy Cactus Kiwi Lime and then like 2 days later they're like, bro, this guy.
That's right.
Perfect.
Good looking out. Proud of you.
Yeah. Honestly, you can't not do that. You can't not. Then you're toxic. So let's jump on. Fortnite no build mode was leaked.
Yeah.
It was leaked. It's not official.
I'm coming out of retirement, baby.
Yeah.
I think it could be fun. I love dueling. I like the game. I don't like building. I don't like building and editing, and people just keep running away from you in the builds. So it's like, it's not even like they're building, changing location, like fighting. A lot of the time, just building up and up and up and up, and it's like, screw off.
I remember that. You shoot somebody once, and immediately their blueprints are out. It's just like blah, 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 blah. They just keep. You're not even chasing them. You're just standing there looking. There's
Which we totally understand that building is a huge aspect of Fortnite, and it is part of the skill gap. Like being able to build super fast is extremely high skilled. But
doesn't mean it's fun.
I'm not playing.
Right?
I'm not
like
playing
doesn't mean it's fun.
Yeah. I'm not playing Fortnite because I want to be in a tournament, bro. I'm playing Fortnite because it's a kid's game and I want to have fun. I want to reconnect with my childhood memories. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's like perfect for just like people who don't want to do that building. Or I would be fine with like an extremely like slow building, right? Where you can build, a bridge. I think they envisioned it like, okay, build a bridge up to this mountain and then you can snipe people from the top of the mountain. That's what they envisioned, right? So like slow down the building massively.
Gamers will always take things
exactly. Further. Gamers will abuse every single mechanic.
It's like in Destiny. It's like, let's make a sword that makes it so that you just kind of lunge forward. It's kind of cool. And they're like, Destiny players are like, all right, what can we do with this?
Yeah. Or like the Telesto.
Yeah.
Mods how can we ruin the game today?
Well, how can we peek behind corners with a sword without ammo in it? Like they're always gonna find one way or another to abuse something. But my question is, let's say they launch this and it's hyper popular. Everyone's playing it. Ninja's back. Courage is back. Everyone's playing it. I wonder at what point they look at the numbers and they go, oh, we're going to keep this. This is the new mode for a while. People like the building, but I think for most people...
I'm surprised they didn't try this earlier. Like, what's the harm in trying it out?
Absolutely. People have been asking for it for literally years now.
I know.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping
people literally saying, "I will play your game and buy microtransactions if you had a no build mode."
Yeah,
for years.
Even if it's just like if you could just build like one ramp at a time, like one ramp, and then if you try to build another one, that one gets deleted. And just so you could get on top of a building and like have some movement would be kind of cool. Or here's the other thing: make Fortnite and just add a double jump, so you could like jump onto a first floor balcony of some sort and like have some sort of movement there. I think it would be so sick.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah?
Why hasn't Destiny done a no abilities or no super mode? Just gunplay.
Because it changes the functionality.
Very slow cooldown.
Guys, people have been asking for this a ton. Like I've seen a lot of people say, hey, I'd love a bare bones, no super, no ability, just gunplay mode.
Right?
Like, why? And then again, it's like, well, why not? Who's it hurt? It seems like a no-brainer. The people who like it, there's clearly a reason they haven't added that in Destiny. I've seen that requested quite a few times.
Yeah, well, they're always playing the risk and reward game. They're because obviously it's going to take manpower, capital to develop that mode and to implement it into their existing game. So the question they're always weighing on their end of things is, yes, one person every day is saying they want this.
More than one.
What's that going to translate into in terms of like actual, like what value is it going to add to our game?
Well, I think it could, especially when you have stuff like this, when the stasis meta, I think literally their concern could have been like, what if everyone loves this and then never wants to play normal Crucible again? And we've developed the entire game around all these abilities and we sell DLCs based on new exotics that help your abilities and no one's ever going to want, because like everyone's having fun in this no abilities mode. I wonder if like that's the same thing with like building and like
they're gonna poach their own game or something. Like
yeah,
they're gonna,
it's like frick, man. Now no one wants to play the build mode. Everyone's having way more fun in this other mode. Like I think that's got to be a concern. That's why I brought it up.
That's literally Fortnite's origin story. Was we made a game that we really believed in, and we made everything around this game. It's gonna be so cool. We're like kill zombies and there's storms and stuff, and people are like, this game freaking sucks. And they're like,
VR.
Battle Royale. And everyone's like, yay!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then they're like, let's make the Raven skin and make $1 billion in 1 month.
They made as much money off of one skin as Grand Theft Auto 5 made online.
Really? Really?
Yeah, the launch weekend of GTA 5 made $1 billion.
Which is insane.
Like, an entire game that took 10 years to develop.
Yeah,
totally, but totality.
How many shark cards have they sold, dude, for GTA Online, right? Right. They made that money back. Let me tell you, those shark cards were like in the top Steam charts for the longest time.
I don't even know what a shark card is.
It's like the in-game money for
GTA. GTA 5 absolutely made bank. No doubt about it. Billions of dollars of revenue.
Billions.
I've never played it. I've actually never played Grand Theft Auto.
What?
I've driven around like in a car at my buddy's house, but I've never bought a game or played a game. I've never done one mission, not even one mission. I've driven around and got the cops chasing me, but I've never played Grand Theft Auto.
What,
I never will, just because it's too far gone now.
Because you're the contrarian, you're like the people like, yeah, no, I don't want to watch Game of Thrones. It's just because everyone watched it. Like, it's just not for me. I mean, like,
it might be for me. It's like it's all my favorite genre, and like I love a bunch of the actors, but it's not for me.
Not doing it has now become part of your personality trait, being the one guy who hasn't done Grand Theft Auto.
It's like doing CrossFit. It's like it's part of me now.
It's right.
But the one thing is also, I will not recommend that show to anyone to watch it. And if I do, I say the final episodes will ruin it for you. You will feel like you wasted 8 seasons, but you can still do it.
For season 5, yeah.
Truly.
All right. Well, that is it for the main topics, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into RGH After Dark. And this is where you guys can ask us questions and we'll do our best to answer it. So we're going to obviously give priorities to members. So if you are a member, thank you so much for supporting it. If you want to become a member, Tash is going to post some links right down below, or just click the join button beside the subscribe button. And go ahead and ask away, and we'll do our best to answer these questions.
Yeah. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in on a Tuesday. I want to say apologies from us to you that we did not actually tweet.
And that we were gonna do it until we went live.
We did not announce until we were going live. I don't know why I didn't. Literally, it did not even occur to me.
You're like, these idiots will just find out when we go live.
Every time we've ever changed the date up, we've made sure to get a tweet out days in advance, but none of us even thought about it.
Who's our social media manager? Is it you or is it your wife?
No, I don't know. We didn't give out titles. I tend to be the one that tweets, which is fun because I can swear there and no one knows it's me.
Oh, exposed, deep fake. Oh, yo. There's a new D2 trailer, guys. Thoughts?
Oh yeah, it looks cool. Showing off the throne world. Like it just looks like a huge area.
It looks like a D2 trailer
with lots of different subsections. Like you've got the whole goth castle vibe, right? Which is really cool. You got the swamplands, haunted swamplands vibe, and then you even had some almost like, I don't know what you call it, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like infernal
ruins, like some in the woods temple areas that aren't connected to the castle, but are these arcane.
It just looked it looked like, hey, we've got a lot of diversity in this area, which is good. Like you have some areas Europa. We get it. It's icy. We get it. You know what I mean? Like it's not a bad area, and you can kind of go into some stuff. But I think with the Throne World, there is a lot of diversity. You know, it kind of gets pretty different, which is good, obviously.
Yeah, it looked like there's some internal, inside stuff. Showed some different ability. There was a shield slam thing I saw.
Yeah, a Titan took his shield.
Yeah, whatever that was.
And then summoned a barrier. Someone in my Discord said oh, maybe that's just you can now use he's casting a barricade in his super, and then that's the new animation for that.
Yeah, it could be. True.
Maybe. True. So that was interesting.
Either way, my expectations for Witch Queen are very high, I will admit.
Yeah. Oh. It better deliver. I'm out of this franchise, bro.
Yeah, right.
I can't take another Beyond Light. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel honestly, I'm at the point where I'd need to make a new channel for Destiny, which is crazy. And people hear that, it's what do you mean? And it's I got 600,000 subs in a year that are all anime players. They're not Destiny people, and half of my subs are Division people, and a chunk of my subs are Monster Hunter people. And it's the subs that are legitimately Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, if they even play anymore,
10%.
It's probably like 10%,
8%.
8%. It's so tiny. And so all of my audience is anime people now. And I understand that some people play both and some people are excited and they miss me playing Destiny. But like, it would honestly be a risk to go back to my main game, which is crazy. That is terrible. But you know what's interesting? Did you guys see that Mr. Fruit is starting a new series on? He made like a new free-to-play account on Destiny.
Free-to-play account on Destiny. I saw
yeah,
that. Like,
I'm actually. I was about to do the same thing. I probably still will do because I've been talking to my community about it. I was like,
thinking about
darn you! I was
thinking about doing it, but like a different twist. I can't figure out what the twist is. Like a no farm account. So it's like once you do an activity, that's the stuff you get. Or like I can farm one activity. I can farm like Gambit or Strikes, and that's what I can do to farm blues or whatever. If I beat a raid, I beat it once, and the stuff I get is the stuff I get.
It's like a Nuzlocke kind of, or something like that. Yeah. He was kind of chatting with me about it. Yeah, Nuzlocke Destiny.
Tomorrow on Astrocross's channel, guys.
Yeah, he was kind of talking about how he wants to just kind of go ham on the game and kind of stabilize because he's been doing variety for a long time, but variety kind of gets punished on YouTube. And that's the thing is like a lot of creators, they want to play other games, but you just get destroyed playing multiple games. You share another video and it gets pushed out to like 4 people. Compared to normal. So it's really hard to transition from game to game. And the only reason I've been able to do it is because I commit to that game for like 2 or 3 months. And then the algorithm kind of does it. But if you just want to jump back and forth, kill your channel. You might as well throw it away.
Yeah. Someone actually said something interesting. Speaking of Destiny, he said, recently watched True Vanguard's Isluna vid and he crapped on the unrelenting headstone role. I would like him to denounce as that role carried me through Soul of Lost Prophecy. I also did a video talking about how
I
good
bet it did.
The unrelenting headstone role was.
Listen, and I've said this. If you are a regular on my channel, you know that I've said this dozens of times in countless videos. Where I say, listen, my advice is for PvP, unless specifically stated otherwise. All of my videos are about Destiny PvP. Mm-hmm. So if I say something is bad, I mean it's bad in PvP. Yeah,
I thought that was the case too, because that is, in my opinion, that's the PvE god role. It's like, do you really need another kill clip hand cannon for PvE? No. That role, if for those who don't know, headstone on a weapon as good as the Isluna, super easy to trigger. Like you're headshotting everything. And then with Unrelenting, it can get it in the left column, which normally doesn't happen. So when you slide through a stasis crystal with the weapon out, and it shatters and kills everything, those all count as Isluna kills, so it triggers Unrelenting and gives you a health boost like every time. So, super good weapon. Let's see what other questions we have. Patty Cakes Gaming saying, what do you guys think Battlefield needs to turn the tides on 2042 and make people interested again?
They got to give it away.
Just to develop a studio that knows what they're doing.
No. I mean, they got to give it away
for
gamers. They have done a ton of stuff in that game to support it and like make up for the faults at launch, but no one is gonna buy it because of what they've heard.
Yep.
So this morning, for example, I love Battlefield 2042. I love how far it's come and how good it is right now and fun it is to play. This morning, the Destiny 2 servers were down for maintenance, and I'm like, I got 3 hours to kill. I got a couple of Battlefield projects I'm working on anyways. I'll fire up Battlefield. I could not get a match. I waited for 20 minutes in a queue and did not get in a match. And eventually I gave up on it. They gotta give it away. Like no one's gonna buy it.
75% off, and also they need to hit like with season 1 banging. Right, we need a ton of new weapons, new vehicles, new specialists, all that stuff.
Battlefield 2042 has 8,500 concurrent players right now. Battlefield 5 has 7,000. Battlefield 1 has 3.
Not good. Not good.
And think about people, like most people who play on console, the way Battlefield 2042 is set up, it's either all crossplay on or no crossplay on. So you only play on specifically your device, not even like PS5 to PS4. It's just PS5 for
because PS4 has like the different maps and they're only 64 players.
That's right. So So like console players, almost all of us have crossplay turned off because PC is balanced very differently. So mouse and keyboard players have like not little bit of, it's not like Destiny. If you're on a mouse and keyboard, your advantages are through the roof compared to people on thumbstick. So you don't want to be in crossplay lobbies against PC players because your guns literally cannot even compete against the same gun on M&K. So we all have it turned off. So you're just waiting on a population size so tiny to finish their matches so that you can get into one.
Right.
It's
rough,
really
man.
rough, man.
I was so hyped for Battlefield. You know, it has the potential. Like, I had a lot of fun moments playing that game, but damn, it's like, couldn't have given them an extra year. Hey, EA, like every time, man. It's just the same stuff. Rush it out. What could go wrong? And then it's like a disaster. It's like,
like a lot went wrong, actually.
Yeah, hopefully they keep supporting it. Hopefully season 1 is a banger, you know. So we'll see.
Halo Infinite right now has like 41,000. So I mean, it's got like a, you know,
what's
5 times
Destiny,
more.
What is
Destiny's
Destiny
at 73.
Shh. Dude, dead game my ass.
Right?
That's 2 and 3.
And the
like,
thing is like it doesn't matter if
happening.
it doesn't matter if it's just PvP or PvE. It's like there's 73,000 people playing. It just look how popular that game is compared to AAA titles that are just releasing. Because if the game was fun, they'd be playing it. They'd be on Halo Infinite and they would be on Battlefield, but there's only 8,000 people playing. So obviously it's not keeping people's attention, and they don't, you know.
Interesting conversation I had this morning with a friend of mine who is insanely good at shooters. Like he went he got himself a PC. He went from never playing a PC to buying a PC and practicing, I kid you not, 5 hours a day practicing at Kovacs and other aim trainers. And he still does it 5 hours a day. I play like Apex with this guy on PC. He is insane. Like, the guy just does not miss. He is so freaking good at shooters on M&K. And he's trying to find a game to really establish himself. I watched him playing Infinite on launch on PC. And he is insanely good. He's never played a Halo title before. So good. He's already not playing it. And he's a kid with insane talent, actively looking for a game to establish his name. Infinite came out and he dropped it. And I asked him why. And he said, it's kind of boring. He's like, I just found it like a really not that engaging or dynamic. Like I'd spawn in and people are just chucking grenades in the comp, you know, scene. It's just all grenades and then a couple of shots afterwards to clean people up. He's like, I just got bored with it. It's like, this guy could seriously make some money being so good at this game, but he's like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of where I'm at. I stopped playing Infinite, not because it's a bad game, but just because it just lost interest.
I randomly played it yesterday with a couple guys from Genshin because they've randomly been playing, and I was like, "You want me to carry you?" And they're like, "Oh yeah," and then I logged in, absolutely frying. But the one thing I'll say, hit registration, I raged about it early on. I was shocked. My shots were crisp. I was like hitting those shots. I felt really comfortable on it. I don't know if they've updated things whatsoever or like more serviceability, but I was actually impressed with the feel of the game. Good. And I'm going to try again. I'm going to dabble again and see. Maybe it was just fluke, but every game I was like, oh wow, this actually feels good now for some reason. So
yeah.
I don't know. I might check and see how it feels, but it just, that game losing some momentum as well. And it's like Forge still isn't there, and all those fun game modes they could make. It's tough out there. It feels like AAA gaming this year was like bad.
It
was bad, bro.
What came out that was a banger?
RuneScape updates. Nothing, dude.
No, seriously, what AAA game?
New World for the first 4 days. And then
that died. And then how many people playing New World? Actually, do you know,
here,
like,
let's look.
I'm very interested in that.
Yeah, Tassie wrote about New World.
66,000.
Less than Destiny though.
Wow.
And they don't have they're all on PC. So Destiny has 70,000 just on PC and has also got all the consoles involved. Like,
yeah.
New World is down bad.
I feel like the game that like most delivered is, even though I just crapped on it, it's probably Halo Infinite this year.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
As much as it's not for me, I can openly admit that it's a really solid game. I'm not trying to lie about that, you know?
Okay, so Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty good, and It Takes Two definitely was good. But is It Takes Two even a triple? I would say that's like a AA game. I don't think that's a AAA game.
And like the new Final Fantasy MMO stuff is godly.
Yeah, but that's didn't release this year.
Yeah,
like I'm talking about what? No. Like
the Endwalker DLC.
No, DLC though that doesn't count. I'm talking about what new game.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
this year and banged because it wasn't Call of Duty. Vanguard's doing trash, dude. I feel bad. So there's like a Call of Duty YouTuber, Exclusive Ace, who does all these like gun guides, and I watch his stuff. This is not insulting him at all, but his views are terrible. Like when
what is it? Sorry,
his name?
Yeah.
Exclude like X, the letter X. Exclusive.
This poor guy is just getting openly roasted.
No. He's a great content. His views are okay. I should clarify. His views are not like terrible, but they are significantly lower than Modern Warfare 2019. This guy was popping off. Every video, like 200,000 views, millions of views. Like he'd do a video on like a patch on what got buffed, what got nerfed. Not millions, but like hundreds of thousands of views popping off. Now 30,000 views, right? 50,000 views, maybe.
Yeah, back in May, 7.5 million views, 9 million views, 10 million views, 7.7 million views up until September, and then as of September, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2.5, 1.5. Like this month, 2 million views. So it's like a fifth of what he was getting.
And listen.
1 second. What Call of Duty would he have been covering then? Like back in May.
Just whatever Call of Duty is out, he does the same videos. He does like a gun guide, so like a guide on each of the guns, best attachments, all that stuff, right? Like he covers patches. Like he's just like a very Call of Duty multiplayer focused guy. And interesting. And so again, he absolutely blew up with Modern Warfare 2019, and then it just shows like how bad Call of Duty is doing. Now, again, we're not crapping on him. I think he's a great YouTuber. Actually, that's why I watch him. And he's going to be fine because eventually there's going to be another, because Modern Warfare 2 is going to come out next year and his channel is going to explode again, right?
Right.
Because he just covers Call of Duty. But it shows you just tracking his views, because his views are so connected with the success of Call of Duty that you can see that this Call of Duty is substantially less interest. Like, dude, like I said, he put out a gun guide on like the Modern Warfare M4 or whatever, 200,000 views in a day. You'd go up to 500,000, like blow up, right? This one, it's like 30,000 views. It's like not even close to the same interest. Interestingly, and something that he's talked about, is Warzone is somewhat cannibalizing Call of Duty, because like so many people go and play Warzone, they don't actually go and play the multiplayer. They don't care about them, and they're actually balanced different. Like a gun in Vanguard might be a little bit different than a gun in Warzone. So like they're not the same thing. So it's really interesting that like is it helping Warzone, and so that's a net positive, or like is Warzone, everyone's playing Warzone, they don't care about the new Call of Duty, and so no one's buying the new Call of Duty.
Right. Unless they make the OP guns that transfer over.
You need to buy, which they often do.
Right.
But just really interesting stuff. Vanguard did not do well this year. Like really did not do well.
Yeah. Returnal popped off. Yeah, Returnal was pretty cool. I didn't play it, but that's the like the roguelike game.
Roguelike.
I think again,
and then Metroid was pretty sweet. Metroid's kind of AAA, but a little bit more niche maybe for some people.
That game to me felt like a Netflix exclusive.
Do you see
in the sense that it drops, everybody talks about it for a week, and then they're done.
Right.
You see what I mean? The Act Man just tweeted on the YouTubers. Search up the Act Man YT. Or I can just send it to the chat. Actually, let me send it to the chat. He tweeted like Twitch streamers and YouTubers. It's actually hilarious. Maybe you can show it on the stream. There you go.
I'm not seeing it.
I just sent it.
Where?
I just sent it to the
there.
group chat.
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah, the Twitter group chat.
Oh.
Yeah, that is true. Here, let me pull that up.
Pull it up so the chat can see it.
If you're listening, there's like Giga Chad Dog, and it's like YouTubers. I played 0.03 seconds of a copyrighted song in my 50-minute movie review, and now they've claimed it all, or claimed all the revenue, and I have a copyright strike on my channel. Twitch streamers, and it's like a crying little dog. Why was I banned for streaming 10 hours of a TV show?
Literally, dude. Like,
True.
Oh dude,
that's so funny.
True. I'm willingly and knowingly streaming copyrighted content. Why am I getting banned? This is unfair.
That's great.
Bruh, dude. Like,
Anyways, I think we covered the main topics here and got the majority of the questions. Your boy is gonna go get into the hot tub now.
Yeah, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, it's been great. Got to get my back all stretched out in there. Thank you so much for watching on such short notice. We normally do this on Wednesday night.
Literally zero notice. Thanks
zero
to
notice.
Social media manager.
We're live right now, baby.
It wasn't short notice. It was zero notice.
But honestly, dedicated audience, still 355 viewers. That's amazing. I'm really happy with that.
Those are great.
Channel's not dead yet.
They know, like, it's either like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Could be any of those days. We like to keep them sharp. We like to keep them on their toes.
Truly. But next Wednesday, I think, we'll have an episode at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And I can't wait. I'm MTash.
Be fun. I'm Cactus HD.
I'm True Vanguard.
And this was a real Gamer Hour This
You're almost there.
podcast